and let us all do we can to build a better future. All right, everybody. So let's get started with our show. Everyone, prepare to have your blood to be boiled. Prepare to get enraged. Prepare just to get so upset and pretend to be shocked like, oh no, I never knew Biden would do this. Oh no, why would Biden pick this person? I held my nose and didn't expect this. Clowns of the week, everyone surprised, citing past calls for Social Security cuts. Progressives not pleased with Biden's pick of everybody's best friend, Neera Tanden, to be part of his administration. Oh my goodness. All right, so let's find out what exactly is going on. There's a lot of videos, a lot of tweets. In fact, I got 2 pictures to share with our audience. But before we do, let's get started with our article. Reports late Sunday that President-elect Joe Biden has decided to nominate Neera Tanden, head of corporate-backed think tank Center for American Progress, to lead his budget office, drew an icy reception from progressives who pointed to the Democrats' operative history of attacking policies such as Medicare for All and voicing support for Social Security cuts. Well, no, duh. This is what we said on the show from the very beginning. Is everyone that dense? I know there's a lot of larger YouTube progressive channels out there. Sorry about that, folks.
You're upset at me for coughing.
That was a fake cough, though.
Oh, I'm sure the body figured out the difference.
But I guess with with these larger networks, they're somehow shocked that, oh wow, Biden, a career corporatist Democrat who gladly said he'd prostitute himself to corporations, is going to pick another corporatist to be part of his administration. Let's not forget, this is the same Neera Tanden that said that Tulsi Gabbard is a Republican operative, a Russian operative, and that she's going to drop out of the Democratic race and run third party. Oh wait,
that didn't happen.
That didn't happen. Did it, Neera Tanden? It didn't. So, if confirmed as director of Office of Management and Budget, I'm vomiting in my brain already. Tanden wouldn't be charged with crafting the Biden administration's spending agenda, a task that has taken on even greater significance amid the coronavirus pandemic and an unprecedented economic calamity that calls for sweeping stimulus measures. You think Neera Tanden cares? Like, all these larger networks are saying, well, we're going to hold Biden's feet to the fire. Yeah, how's that working out? Pushing in the left. How's that working out, clowns? Is it working for you? I get that. Hold on. I get it. I get it. I get that you're afraid of a potential Trump second term. I understood that everyone was afraid of it. But this is what happens when you give up your power to vote. This is what happens when you just say, all right, well, I'll vote for the lesser of 2 evils. When you vote for the lesser of 2 evils, you still vote for evil. I know, very shocking, very controversial statement to say, but it is a fact. So that means you have no right to be shocked and surprised at how bad things will get when Biden, a neoliberal Democrat, is going to pick other neoliberals, extreme centrists that cater to bankers, corporations, Wall Street executives, the top 1%. This is the issue with the Democratic Party, and why I say on the show, I dread to think will follow after a Biden-Harris administration, because after Obama, we got Trump. You think that Trump's the problem? He is the symptom. We have said this on the show. Daniel has said it. We have all said this, that Trump is a symptom of what's wrong with our political system. The system that made Trump is still moving along. And with Biden at the helm, with all of his corporatists in his administration, you think things will fundamentally change? Biden himself has said nothing will fundamentally change. So, going further, again, shout out to Brianna Joy Gray, who took a lot of crap from Neera Tanden, especially not only during 2016 election cycle, but also in 2020 as well. Everything toxic about the corporate Democratic Party is embodied in Neera Tanden. And again, she is a Clinton loyalist with a penchant for demonizing progressives. Tanden was an architect of the Affordable Care Act, also known as Romney Care, also known as what was created from the Heritage Foundation. So basically, the Affordable Care Act, also known as Obamacare, is a Republican health care plan. There's nothing progressive about it. And when they had a solid Democratic Senate and House in 2008, they removed the public option. Oh, but now they're going to fix it, Daniel. So don't worry. Calm down, Daniel. Calm down. It'll all be good. And not to mention, too, and has since endorsed healthcare proposals like Medicare for All. Single payer proponents have rejected a false solution that would leave intact the most predatory elements for the for-profit system. As representative of Hillary Clinton's 2016 campaign, Tanden clashed with National Nurses United over Medicare for All during that year's Democratic platform fight. Tanden has also expressed a history of support for cutting Social Security and Medicare cuts, as the Daily Poster's Walker Brigham documented. Real quick, I want to bring up these two pictures, and I want to hand it over to Daniel. First, let's look at this wonderful tweet on Easy Street from good old Cenk Uygur, host of the Young Turks. Can we zoom in on that real quick?
Can we also enhance?
So let's pull it up real quick. Now, he was being I think he was trying to be sarcastic, because he made another tweet a few hours later how TYT is going to give their opinion about Neera Tanden being part of the administration. But I mean, if you are, don't just say, hey, you know, we're going to really give you our real opinion of Neera Tanden. Don't point out tweets like this, because then people call into question, you know, what are you doing? At Neera Tanden has been waiting for this appointment for unending years now. All right. All of her hard work inside the establishment paid off, and now she's in power. She's in a power position to help direct the world's largest resources. Now we're going to find out who she is. I
have no idea. I mean, I haven't an opinion on her. There's no real track record to go by.
All right, and rooting for her. He says that at the end. Find out who she is, and so is she. Rooting for her. All right.
Now, maybe the only defense that I could find in that tweet is that he meant like she's weeds in a grass and he's like trying to root them out. But that doesn't sound like it.
It's a dumb take. And again, you know, everyone be prepared to see more tweets from Cenk where he says, oh, I am surprised that Biden picked another corporatist. I'm surprised that Biden picked like, no, what world are you living in, buddy? You know, Biden's not going to listen to you. I mean, you could sell yourself out to the Democratic Party. Remember, it's the same Democratic Party that sank your campaign. So,
would you maybe even say that jinked your campaign? I'm trying. I'm getting there.
Good. Now let's bring up another interesting photo that I want to share with all of you as well. This is from way back in 2011 to Faiz Shakar, who was part of Bernie Sanders' campaign this 2020 election cycle.
Interesting.
Okay, and the email goes as follows. I don't think it's fair that we create our own domestic problems and then ask other nations to pay for it, period. You see the adverse incentive problem here, right? Question mark. If we think we can make money off an incursion, we'll do it. That's a serious policy, messaging, moral problem for our foreign policy, I think. Neera Tanden's response. We have a giant... No, hold on. No,
you have to do it like Trump, because this is literally what Trump was talking about. They're on the exact same page.
We have a giant deficit. They have a lot of oil. Most Americans would choose not to engage in the world because of that deficit. If we want to continue to engage in the world, just as like having oil-rich nations, oil-rich countries partially pay us back, doesn't seem crazy to me. My God, just reading it like Trump, it sounds like something he would say. Daniel, what are your thoughts on this?
Yeah, so Neera Tanden, and it just, you know, I was actually responding to a comment yesterday, I believe, that was sort of along these exact same lines. That one was really sort of very silly. There, people were like, oh, we're like, you know, we're doing a lot of good work, but we're not covering the corruption scandal that happened after the election and the election stuff. And it's like the same thing with this. Buddy, we called this months ago. We called it a year ago. We called it a year ago. We explained how it would happen. We explained why it would happen. We explained roughly who would be involved. And we explained how it would play out. We also explained how the media would interpret this. And we explained that it was going to happen to begin with. So in that case and in this case, it's like when we cover these stories, it feels like some sort of what we have to do almost by definition is like a circle jerk of, we told you so. Now, to our audience, you already know, you've been following us for a while. You are also probably in that same boat, which is why we don't like talking about it. It just feels like we already called it. We know we got it. We don't want to like shove it in people's face, but I feel like we kind of have to, because a lot of people aren't even recognizing, like, again, like that one. It's like, oh, you guys didn't see there'd be corruption in the mail-in process in the elections. It's like, it's what I've been talking about for 4 months. Yeah. So in this case, it's just another case of we got it right. No one that's in power is congratulating us for getting it right. TYT has sees Neera Tanden get in, and they're like, "Oh my god, I did not see this happening," whereas we were like, "It's probably very obvious that it's going to happen," and it's very sad because I feel like TYT exists. It's a very large place. You have a lot of other progressive media out there that are much bigger than us, and we seem to be one of the only channels not surprised. And in fact, seeing these things coming, and I just wish that there was a bit more meritocracy in the view game.